exercise is so important for the heart. It brings down the blood sugar levels. It challenges the heart, so the heart stays strong and agile and able to pump the blood like it do. It opens up the circulation. Even a 20-minute walk, a brisk 20-minute walk would do you wonderful good. It'd be nice to do longer, but if you only have 20 minutes to walk briskly, you'll get a lot out of that. If you add that to resistance training, that strengthens the heart muscle. The other increases the volume of the pumping. So that, changing your diet, getting rid of hydrogenated oils out of your diet, and replacing it, adding on to the great oils we have in the Restore, the black seed, olive leaf, olive oil, add omega-3 oil, eat salmon 3 times a week. And that will do wonders for your heart on top of that. And then get a good night's sleep and hydrate. Hydration is very important. If you're dehydrated, it brings on high blood pressure and causes actually brain fog too. So you got to, in the summertime, you got to think about that. If you're out a lot and working in the garden or walking or whatever and you sweat, you got to get hydrated. It doesn't mean drinking coffee or sodas. It means water or herbal teas that aren't caffeinated will help hydrate you, and using things like emergency. And so strengthen the heart. The oils in our product, the Restore, will help smooth out the blood vessels, help clean it. Normally, your lining of your arteries slough off about every 3 days. But when you have a patch, which ends up being a blood clot, when you have a patch in there, it doesn't leave. It mixes with calcium and cholesterol. But the black seed and olive leaf and olive oil help break that down. It doesn't hurt to add a lot more olive oil in your diet outside of this, in salads and things like that. And they take 3 teaspoons a day or 3 tablespoons a day will slow down heart disease, and 5 teaspoons or tablespoons will reverse it. And so, but we're giving you the highest quality olive oil stuff out there. So those are some of the things. Exercise, get rid of the bad oils in your diet, only use the good ones, eating more things like nuts and fish oil, salmon, sardines, cold water fish, and wild caught. Asking wild caught. But it says canned in Alaska, and they didn't put wild caught, it's bar brains. And so it has to be wild caught salmon. And then exercise and get the carbohydrates and starches, really minimize them in your diet because they really cause a lot of inflammation and turn your LDL cholesterol into flat. I'll give it back to you, Dale.
Thank you, Dr. Dan. Fantastic information. And you and I will be answering questions at the end of the call, too. It's interesting you talk about caffeine. People drink, coffees and energy drinks and thinking they're hydrating, and it's having the opposite effect, right?
Opposite. It also causes a loss of minerals. Good friend of mine was going to, that I've known since I was 5 years old, we had seen each other years, was going to have his knees and ankles worked on. They were really breaking down. And doctor said, well, send you to Soloway. He'll get you back. He said, Dan Soloway? Since we grew up together and stuff. And so when I was with Brian, we were working him out, rehabbing him and stuff. He said, he told me, I usually have about 3 pitchers of coffee before I leave the house. Now, my mouth dropped. I don't drink coffee at all. I do drink green tea and regular tea too. But my mouth dropped. I said, wonder why you don't have you're losing minerals. And that drives the minerals out of your body. You got to come way back on the coffee. You can't live on coffee. It's something a lot of people try to. Yeah.
Yes, they do. Well, thank you so much. We're going to delve deeper into all these topics. First, though, we're going to listen to Shelley Yates as she shares her experience with a lessening of pain with improved circulation.
Hope you have your pads and your pens. Take notes. Get the knowledge on how to get your mitochondria strong so your body can fix itself.
Yes, my legs were black and blue for about 2 months, and I started using Restore and Rejuvenate, and they're flesh color. They don't hurt as much. I went to the doctor and got it. I was kind of concerned because it's in my family, and yeah, so that's improved, as well as my mood, my having, also my kidneys improved from late stage 3 to less than 40% to 50% working ability now. Thank you, Rod. Yeah.
All right. So what were your doctors saying about your circulation?
I have poor circulation, and I kept asking them for another kidney test because it's been two years for 2 years since I started the kidney problem, and then it went away, and then it went back again. And then he said, "Don't worry about it. You're not peripheral." I'm at 0.9 on the scale for below. I'm 0.7, and if you're below 7, below 9, then you have peripheral vascular disease.
It affects your kidneys and it affects your circulation in your legs?
Yes.
All right, well, we're happy to see that you're getting some better results. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Roger. God bless you.
And Shelley has come a long way from when that was first recorded, continues to improve down there in Salt Lake City from stuff that her doctors were not really helping her with. That's what here from Marva. She had a neck issue, an accelerated heart rate, and she's had a major improvement, including her circulation. Let's listen to Marva.
Okay. Any other comments from anyone else?
Hello, this is Armin Zin from New York. Yes. Martha mentioned to me that prior to being on MoreMito, she felt cold quite a bit when she was in the environment, certain air conditioned and that. And she indicated that now, then, on the time she's been on MoreMito, she has been noticing a difference in how she feels.
Barbara, so it would appear that your circulation improved if you're feeling warmer.
Okay. I guess so. I used to be really cold when it gets cold. I have to put on extra clothing, but now I don't.
All right. And this has occurred since you started on MoreMito?
Yeah.
Excellent. Barbara D, can you think of anything else that she might have mentioned to you?
Yes, definitely. She had her heart checked by her doctor, and everything is structurally fine. And she seems to feel that when she takes the MoreMito, it's that she gets hot or something, and that's when she turned on her air conditioner, and her heart rate is back to regular. And even though the heart rate was pretty for her, it was never out of range. In reality, it was not out of range. It was just that she was very cautious. Martha took all the correct steps to be checked out and be okay. So I really appreciate her for taking time to do all that. Now, up to now, she's only up to 3.5 millimeters. Yes, 3.5 millimeters. She's not up to the full yet because she was monitoring herself properly to make sure she comes to the right level at the not too fast because of hard racing she herself originally. So I just went through COVID and I got through it quite well, I must say.
All right.
So she got through COVID real well. Makes a difference when you build your mitochondria up.
Listen, the heart rate's important. We'll have Dr. Dan talk about this again as we delve into questions. But if your heart is beating too fast, that is not a good thing. It means your heart is working harder than it needs to try to achieve what it should be achieving at a normal rate. I could be wrong, Dr. Dan. You'll mention this later. But I believe 70 as the resting heart rate is where we should be. And listen, I hope everybody's monitoring yourself. They sell for inexpensive, about $20. You can get a thing that sits on your finger. It gives you your heart rate, gives you your, it can give you your oxygen level in your blood. We need to take care of ourselves and know what's happening. And as you could hear, she's had a great change in her racing heart, which would heat her up, and she'd need air conditioning to get normal. Now she's got MoreMito helping her stay normal. Let's listen to Cornell, referred by Elder Stewart, about a doctor confirming a heart murmur. Let's listen to what's happened to Cornell.
Well, when I talked to you the first time, when did you tell me what it helped you first then?
When it came down to my heart murmur back in the year of 2022, that's when I started using that MoreMito for the first time, and I was using it for a pretty good while. And when I went back, I went back to my doctor for checkup, and then he didn't discover no heart murmur in me none forever, and everything looked real fine. But then shortly after that, you know, the mistake that I made was when I started back to smoking that reefer again, and then for the last couple of months or so, and then my body started acting up again, and then when I went back to the doctor, and then they told me that heart murmur came back on me, and then after that, I had to leave that reefer alone, and I haven't touched it since then.
Okay, you told me the last time that when you got on it, you tried the reefer, but you didn't like the reefer.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so since you got on Restore, have you been back to get a check on the heart murmur?
Yeah, and they told me that they don't discover that they haven't known no heart murmur, but they discovered just a funny heart beat here and there, but they told me that it's really nothing to worry about.
All right, so let me see if I got this straight. You had heart murmurs, and you had the reefer that you would prefer taking. And so once you got on Restore and everything, you didn't desire the reefer anymore, and the heart murmurs went away. Am I correct in that?
Yes, you are.
Okay, that's remarkable.
And I had no interest in reefer anymore.
Okay.
So y'all that's smoking
That's beautiful.
and desire to get off, you need to get your bundle.
Murmurs, they don't have medication for it. That's what I found out from my doctors.
So they don't have medication yet. You got on Mito, and your body was able to resolve the problem itself, and it sound like.
Yeah. And what my doctor told me, when it comes to a heart murmur, it has to heal by itself. But other than that, they don't have medications for it.
There you go.
So that was another reason which started me to taking that MoreMito. And then I heard the fantastic results that people have gotten off of it since they started using it.
So I'm really happy about that. That kind of completes the story for me on the heart, because when we were talking about it before, you mentioned about the heart murmur, but now you've gone back again, they tested you again, and you got confirmation that it's gone. So the thing you got to do is just stay on it. And the nice thing, it seems like the reefer wasn't good for your heart, and now you've been able to resolve that naturally, along with the chest wall pain away as well.
Yeah, so it looks like MoreMito would be my best choice. And that's why I'm going to always keep it around me. And I have a lot of trust in that product. I do.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So y'all heard how I was helping his heart
You
murmur?
heard a few things there that I think should stick with you, because they stick with me. Listen, the doctor told him they don't have anything to fix a heart murmur. So how does it improve? How does it increase? How does it get better? What he's saying is his doctor basically crosses his fingers and hopes things just work better. Come see us. And said, are you kidding me? What did we do? You'll hear us say time and time again, we don't fix a thing. It doesn't matter. It's of no concern to us what's wrong with you, because we don't fix what's wrong. We increase the mitochondria. The body writes itself. It now has energy, what did I say, to work the way it used to, as Dr. Bevan said, the way it was intended to. And this is a perfect example of that very thing happening. There's something else I want you to think about and you'll hear this throughout our recorded testimonials, he said something important. He lost the desire for marijuana, for reefer, as he calls it.
Mm-hmm.
He lost the desire to have it. We've got people that have lost the desire for snacking. We've had May Crosby lose 77 pounds, and she says it wasn't special. I just stopped wanting to eat. I just stopped wanting to eat the bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to be satisfied and satiated with the good meals I was eating. You heard Josie Goloso talk about being hooked on painkillers. I mean, that was a national crisis, a shame that Oxycontin was prescribed the way it was. She was hooked on it, and she said she got off of it, as did 3 or 4 of her friends, because the desire just went away.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of your body righting itself and working properly, because it can. It seems that these desires for bad things tend to just kind of fall away. That's powerful, very powerful. You've got these new weight loss drugs. What do they say some of the things are? It takes away your cravings. Well, golly, so does MoreMito, and you don't have to inject it with a needle. Anyway, let's move on. Ron Long,
bottom line, your body knows how to fix itself. That's the way God designed it. You just have to build your mitochondria up. That's what we teach you to do.
Pharmaceuticals, off of blood pressure, off of testosterone. His right arm is working again. But one of the first things when he first came to us right